alone now. Danger is nigh.
Hello to my little friend, Perry. Gotta start every video off with Perry. Okay, bye, Perry. What's up, guys? My name is Mossy and welcome to another breakdown of Ivern gameplay. So I'm doing this series. I've done a few of these videos in the past, of course, as you know. Some of the more long-form commentary on full-length videos of Ivern gameplay. I wanted to kind of put a label on them so they're easy for everyone to find. I'm gonna make a playlist down below of all of my full game commentaries as well, and this will be no different. What I want to focus on is not so much micro and team fighting and things like that, but more so macro decisions. Now, I don't do everything perfect in this game, and you're not going to do everything perfect in your games, but it's good for us to go through and analyze and see where we can improve, both myself and hopefully there's something in here that you can take away from it. Runes this game are going to be Summon Airy, Nimbus Cloak, Transcendence, Water Walking, followed by Domination Tree with Eyeball Collection and Relentless Hunter. It's a good mix of movement speed to keep ourselves alive, ability haste to spam those abilities, and of course a bunch of healing, or a bunch of damage and shielding with Summon Airy. So without further ado, let's jump into the game here. So there I am. We got some Ivern action. So if we look at the team comps, we are against a Lee Sin, an Akali, a Yone. So I'm worried about Lee Sin invading, and not so much invading on my red side because I have teammates there who are looking at that, but invading here on the blue side. I want to know exactly if he starts his red buff or his blue buff. Most likely he's going to start with a leash, but just in case, I wanted to throw my ward up there. Now it can be a little bit dangerous if the top laner is there, so it might be best for you to tell your teammates, yo, we should be covering this, but in any case, no big deal. So we're gonna base, we're gonna swap over to our trinket, to our sweeper. We're gonna swap our ward to our sweeper. Let's see if I can pull up the scoreboard so you can see the items. Right here, we've swapped over to Oracle Lens, something that I do pretty much every game. And we're gonna start on our wolves here. So we all know the standard clear, blue side, smite red, jump back over to the blue side, do the blast cone trick. So I'm going to speed this up along a little bit until we get a chance to talk about a macro decision. Basically, while you're doing this, you just want to be F keying. So let's say I pause right here. While I'm running across, we want to be looking at our lanes, see what's happening. This lane is very even. Looks like Lily is having trouble clearing the wave against Yasuo, which is totally normal. And looks like bot wave is pushing in, but looks like Lucian wants to be the aggressor here. So we can gather all that information using our F keys. All right, so we're gonna cross back around. Akali has the push. Looks like Lilia is also push. Because we are on the blue side here, essentially, let's slow it down. We get first blood bot, but bot lane is not really much of a play here. So instead of going back to my Raptors, I'm basically right now trying to find where Lee Sin is, because Lee Sin can either go top or mid here. I saw that he already did the Raptors, so it's most likely he's going to gank top. That's what I check right here. So I quickly grab the crab and I make my way to the top side. Lee Sin does end up going for the crab. I'm in full vision here, and my Lilia ends up dying. And so I come here, I use my flash. He's pretty low, but he gets the windshield, and it's just not enough damage to kill him. which is a little bit unfortunate. And Lilia comes with the TP just in case they give chase, so we're totally safe there. And Lee Sin we see is on a ward here, so essentially what we want to do is not fight the Lee Sin 1v1 directly, but just kind of interrupt his plays, make sure he can't do what he wants to do. And that's really all I'm trying to do. Riot's chosen to buff Lee Sin about 4,000 times, and so you really can't mess with him anymore. We see Lee Sin ganks mid here. We are, of course, going to be there for the counter gank. It's exactly what we want to do. Land the quick Q and look for a kill. Ignites on Akali. Couple more Bush autos. Never underestimate the power of Ivern Bush autos. Early game, they do a lot of damage, especially in 2v2 skirmishes. Help Yone push the wave a little bit by giving him a shield. And go back down here to the bot side of the map. Because of the way that this early game has gone, we're able to double crab, and we know Lee Sin just came from top side and is in the bot side jungle. So if he does choose to gank our bot lane, we want to make sure we are at least in the area to make a difference. That being said, I literally just leave them and they get ganked. I should have hung around for a little bit longer because of what I just said, but I ended up prioritizing myself over my teammates, and my teammates, I guess, weren't aware of where Lee Sin was. But we marked the camps here. Using my F keys, I see Lilia is really low and Yasuo is setting up for a dive. So I'm just here to cheese him. I get the clutch shield and Q on him, and we ended up picking the kill up top here. So Lilia has a really tough matchup against the Yasuo. Can't really do a whole lot, especially without ult. He can just dash through all those waves. And here we base. We could pick up the wolves here, but we don't want our two buffs to be out of sync, so there's no problem just going into base. No problem just going to base here and picking up our first item. So this game, we only have Lilia on our team as AP damage, and they have Lee Sin and Yasuo, who are both bruisers. Bruiser items do have some health, and so we are going to be going Liandry's this game. The preferred build with Liandry's is Liandry's and Cosmic Drive. The whole point of Liandry's is to get Daisy and play around Daisy with multiple shields. The best way to do that is to have Cosmic Drive for the ultimate haste, and plus with the 160 AP that you're going to end up acquiring, you're going to be able to just spam those shields. So, and you're going to get movement speed from the Cosmic Drive. Lilia here ends up getting the nice sleep, a lot of good gank setup from our Lilia, and this one isn't, this is a Wind Dragon. So with Ivern, Wind Dragon's not really the best, and so I am playing towards top and mid of the game here. I feel like Yone and Lilia need to be strong, and our bot lane is probably going to be strong anyway. Lucian's strongest point of the game is early to mid anyway. So I want to make sure that Lilia doesn't get beat too hard and that we can make some plays with Yone. Akali disrespects me here. And so we end up taking the 1v1. I know she's very weak. You can see in her inventory, she only has two, oh, what are they called? Amplifying tomes. And so we end up picking up the kill there. Yone is doing some crazy things in the mid. We're gonna just go and help him out. Wherever Lee Sin is, that's where we want to be. We try to flash Q the Lee Sin, we miss, and we hit the Caitlyn. Calculated, of course. And the Rel comes through to make a really, really good play. So, the other thing is with the Wind Dragon, the Daisy cooldown sometimes is bugged, so I just don't really think it's worth it for Ivern all that much. Obviously, if it's like 3rd or 4th or Soul or whatever, you want to go for it. But in those cases, especially with top lane that's kind of struggling, I like to try and prioritize the Herald more to try and free up that top wave or crack first tower at some junction. So we're now 6-0, really, really strong. We got 9 stacks on our Dark Seal, so we're going to keep that going. And we picked up the Leandries without boots. The quicker we can get the AP, the better off we are. The stronger our power curve is compared to the other champions. So no one else in the game right now has a mythic except for me. That's why I chose to finish the Leandries before getting my boots. Don't always do that, but sometimes I do. So all of my camps are up right now. This is a full clear opportunity, and we see Lee Sin is indeed going for the Herald here. It's really, really unfortunate because we were trying to play for that, but we also need to make sure our camps continue to be down. I'm going to switch the Fog of War to just blue so we can see what I'm actually seeing. And so we're pinging it. We know he's around there. Lily is a bit too afraid to check. And by the time she actually does check, it's too late. So Lee Sin picks up the Herald, and that's really unfortunate for us. Now all the camps are marked here. We know Lee Sin's top. So the reason that I'm not going to my Raptors is because Lee Sin's obviously going to try and use the Herald topside. That's his strongest lane. That's only 3 turret plates, and we're approaching 10 minutes. So basically I'm trying to find Lee Sin again, but he is top wave, and I'm too late to impact that. So I am going to run over there now. I wanted to make sure Yone wasn't going to die, and hopefully we'll be able to do something here. Basically, we're just trying to follow Lee Sin around. With Herald, it's obviously not going to be enough to save the tower, but we do get the we do have Daisy kind of on the chase here, and I shield Daisy. I thought Lee Sin went over there. Probably should have shielded my teammate here, but we do end up picking up the double kill, but we lost the turret. Perhaps if I was there a little bit sooner, we could have prevented that from happening, but they could have just forced it anyway. So probably a mistake on my part, but not a huge deal. We are now 8-0 and very, very strong. So once all of our camps are up, we want to make sure we keep clearing them. We're ahead of Lee Sin in farm at this point, which is really, really good. My Lucian is strong. We are massive. 700 gold shutdown on us. So we want to make sure we don't die. It's very important. Giving over that 700 gold to Yone, or not Yone, to Akali or Lee Sin or Yasuo is going to be really, really bad. The one really good thing in this game is that Caitlyn is very weak, so we don't really have to worry about their bot lane too much, other than a Nami wave / bubble. And we're gonna recall. Luckily, we were able to grab the crab here and just really put the pressure on Lee Sin as they wanted to stop our back. But because we're so strong, they can't really do anything. And yeah, this just turns into a team fight basically. I flash away very early just because we don't want to risk any of that shutdown getting on Akali. She did ignite us here, and Daisy's on the chase down. Lucian kind of goes in, ends up picking up a kill here on the Lee Sin. Yep. And he gets out for free. Just missed the Q there, which is unfortunate. But Yone goes and does Yone things. Daisy ends up falling here. But basically this whole play is in hopes of getting the Infernal Drag. So you can see the priority in where I'm playing has swapped. Because we lost top tower and Herald's down and we won Infernal Drag, now I'm playing mid bot basically the whole time. Because we really want this dragon. That's kind of #1 priority. I'm low here, so I'm basically just kind of praying that they don't take the dragon while I base, but Rel was looking to make a play and I didn't want to leave her high and dry. So essentially now we're just stalling. We're stalling for Lucian here, basically. So Rel goes in, she's really tanky. Like I said, Caitlyn's really weak, so my shields are up all the time, just doing as much damage as we can without dying. And Lucian ends up picking the kill up, which is really, really good to do the Infernal Dragon. We don't quite get the kill on Nami, and we can turn our sights over to the dragon here. Blast Plant spots us out. And I'm just hanging around because I don't want to leave again and have Lee Sin kill my bot lane, which essentially it's like I learned my lesson. If we grab the red buff, we can get some more health. So I don't think I have enough gold to buy a full item, so there's no point. If we're able to stay on the map and help our team, then we should. We don't want to give away this dragon for free, and we have strong bot side. So that's what we're doing here. This is the right play. Dragon's the only play right now. So it's taking us a little bit longer than it should for us to grab the dragon. I don't want to use my smite on it, of course, and the grove is going to take too long. But my teammates don't seem to realize it, so I need to save my smite for the actual dragon itself, because obviously we want to take it. We force Lee Sin back. We see Yasuo's top, so we decide, because Yasuo's top, Akali is being headed off by Yone, and their bot lane's really weak, we can just start the dragon. We get the nice pick on Caitlyn, who don't know what she was doing there. And we grab the objective, Poggers. So now all of our blue side camps are up. We're gonna base, buy, go blue side right away. Looks like Lilia is indeed taking our Gromp, but that's okay. And they do get ganked in the mid lane. Pushing when we don't have tempo or priority. Basically, we just took the objective. That means our tempo is now on the back foot. So while we're trying to get health back, while we're trying to get our items, while our team is not together or in sync, that's when you are down on tempo. The enemy team had just spawned and came from the base, so they had the agency to make the play. So in that scenario, it's hard to recognize that, but in hindsight, us watching it, we can see that that was indeed the case. And so our team was technically overextended in the mid lane because Lee Sin had the tempo on me, because I hadn't backed yet, because we were doing the dragon. So that's a really long line of thinking, but that's basically like when you're playing chess. That's how the lines of chess kind of work, right? And so we were on the defensive, if you're thinking in chess terms. They were on the attack, and so our queen or one of our bishops got caught in the mid lane with no backup pieces, no pawns to help out, stuff like that. So now, of course, we want to focus. The Herald is the only objective on the map. We still have a strong bot side. I'm making the choice here to not play towards bot side. They're going really ham and bringing a lot of pressure. So I'm assuming Lee Sin is either doing the Herald or going bot side. If he's doing the Herald, I am strong enough to fight him with my 10 Darksteel stacks, my boots, and my Leandries. If he goes bottom, it's a free Herald for me. We chase away the Yasuo, and we're able to just grab this Herald for free. Not too sure where the Lee Sin is at this moment. Maybe we can check. He is on his Krugs. So Lee Sin has just fallen into the trap of losing tempo by doing Krugs. And this is why high elo players say Krugs are pretty overrated. You need them in the early game, but after that, they are just a time sink that put you out of position. You really got to pick your Krug timings efficiently, because even on a champ like Lee Sin, Krugs have multiple phases and take a long time. They're not worth it for Ivern, so Ivern never takes it, which can give you a tempo advantage, but Lee Sin just lost the Herald. Maybe he thought he couldn't contest, maybe he got trapped on the Krugs. We'll never know for sure. But now with second Herald, we can break open the last remaining outer turret and do a strong push in the mid wave here, because we are very, very strong. Lee Sin hits me with a Q. He has no interest in going in. And I get I'm really strong here, so I try to go on the Nami, but I didn't realize the Lee Sin had wrapped around when I was playing this. And so now we pull out Daisy just for the extra pressure. Our Lilia comes to the mid lane, We try and get as much damage as we can. Look at that. We half health the Caitlyn with just one Daisy shield. You always want to be playing... You always want to be playing around Daisy when you go a build like this. And we're able to get flashes and a lot of pressure here. I'm missing my Qs on the Caitlyn, but it's obviously hard to hit those. The only thing we have to worry about is Yasuo is on the top side of the map here, split pushing, but our push is a lot stronger than his. We make the decision that we are so far ahead, we need to base and just play it safe here. I go and check the red just in case I can swag it on my way out. Take the Raptors instead, and peace. One thing I did want to say about itemization is you always want to go Fiendish Codex first when you're getting the Cosmic Drive, because that enables you to either build Cosmic Drive or Zhonya's Hourglass if you feel you need it. This game I thought we were so powerful and I was never at risk of dying, so I decided to go Medjai's instead of Cosmic second. That gives me movement speed and extra AP, which is really good for snowballing early. This is a big snowball game, so it's the correct choice here. Dragon is coming up. I want to get this guy off of the board to make the dragon take easier. I know I'm stronger than him. Daisy gets the perfect knock up when he knocks me up, so he can't even ultimate. He didn't have ult even available, but I didn't know that at the time. And so now we rotate to help Yone here, who got a kill and is in a little bit of trouble. Together though, we can easy take these two. Again, playing around Daisy. I'm shield Daisy here. Get the kill on Akali and the slow on Lee Sin. Lee Sin is forced to make a crazy play by going in the other way because of the slow, and we end up getting the double kill. Crispy little double, and we're up to 11-0. Here it's a free dragon, and the enemy team surrenders. Look at that. Insane stuff. So I hope you guys liked that breakdown. Basically the main points of that game are, if you see a cloud drag first, really focus on the Herald, unlock the top side of the map. If you have a strong bot lane and you want to play towards your blue side camps, play top and mid, and then shift your focus down to bot lane to secure the dragons. It's not about playing for your team, it's about playing around your team. And what I mean by that is, I'm not trying to chase lanes to save bad players. I'm trying to play around lanes that provide me opportunity. So I noticed the Yasuo wanted to tower dive. That's an opportunity for me to either get an assist or a kill and help out my laner. It's not about trying to bail out my laner. It's only when it's a high percentage opportunity, right? The same thing goes when you're trying to counter gank the Lee Sin at any point of the game. The Lee Sin is going to try and get an advantage for his team. If you counter gank him, not only do you waste his time, so he's not farming or getting gold elsewhere on the map, but you're also putting that swing back into your favor. So it really is about finding high percentage opportunities and being as efficient as possible. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. I'm going to be doing some more like this. This game was played over on twitch.tv/MossyElder. It's a little bit of a sporadic schedule right now, but give me a follow and come on out for whenever we're playing some Ivern. Not every game goes this well, but we do have all the tips and tricks there if you do have any additional questions. That's the best place to talk to me. So I hope you guys have a sunny day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. See you, Tree Gang. Bye.
Sunshine. No one who wanders is ever truly lost.